this is Coach Lance here with Cfsj's Inside the Box, the only workout that you could do inside a prison cell if you absolutely had to. Now, all of these workouts are designed for a very small space in mind, say 8 foot by 10 foot, size of a hotel room, a living room, a hotel gym if you're lucky enough to have it. If you do happen to have access to more space or more equipment, awesome, refer back to Sugar Watt and you'll see what our scale ups are. But for right now, the format's fairly simple. You're going to be led every day through a warm-up, an activation, a strength, and a WOD. One of the other coaches or myself will demonstrate these movements, and then in title sequences, we'll tell you how many reps and how many sets. Now, we'll give you enough time to do those, and you can either do one of two things. You can pause, finish up on your own, or rewind and follow along if you need that extra support. But what you'll need right now is grab your timer. You'll need that every single day. Grab some water and the equipment that's coming up. Thanks.
All right, so if you have access to a rower or a bike, go ahead and use those. We're looking for about 2 minutes of warm-up, but for the rest of us, we're going to do 10 in-place burpees, just simply stepping back, starting light. Use this as a hip stretch as well. Let's go ahead and get the jump at the top, slowly starting to build the heart rate up, just getting the blood flowing so that the muscles accommodate. And you're going to go ahead and give me 6 more on your own.
Now that we have that blood pumping, let's focus on the 4 main exercises of our general warm-up today. We're going to start off with Cossacks, 5 each side. If you look at Coach Devin, you'll notice that he's working as hard to keep that chest upright as well as to get that hip down. Now, both toes can be pointed forward. You don't have to come off the heel for this one. After this, we're going to transition into the active glute. If balance is a problem, they can be done laying on your back in a figure 4. The trick to the balance is, of course, find a focal point across the room and stick to it, pushing those hips down, trying to get as much out of the glute as possible. Next, we're going to start in a plank position, doing those Spider-Mans with a hip twist. And we're going to finish off with 10 active pigeons. Now we're only doing 10 of these, so let's take our time, really open those hips up. Today's activation moves work towards activating the glutes and the hips in preparation for the deadlifts that we're going to do. Take your time on these. The point is to get the glutes engaged and the hips stable. Starting off with glute bridges, working at getting the hips in line with the knee and the shoulders. You'll see Coach Devin demonstrate that properly. Next, we're going to work into some thoracic bridges. The idea is to extend the hips and stabilize that T-spine. Last is our most challenging, the bear roll into a bridge. Take your time with this. They don't have to look pretty. A bad bear roll is still something that's going to translate towards our exercises for later. You're going to do each of these 10 times and then come back and do it a second time. Once we finish, you can either rewind and watch it again, or you can pause and continue on your own. In either case, we'll see you back at the strength. Today's strength movements focuses all around the hips. It's both hip stabilization and strength. We're doing a little higher repetition than we normally would, so we're working muscular endurance and hypertrophy at the same time. It's going to seem pretty awkward that we're doing single leg Romanian deadlifts and 2 leg Romanian deadlifts right back, but realize they tax different parts of the body. Each of these are meant to be done slow and with control. You've got several minutes to get these done. You should have enough rest going on. We're going to start with the single leg Romanian deadlifts. You'll notice Devin here demonstrating balance is key, trying to resist the urge to twist the hips from left to right. We're going to go 8 each leg. And then shaking it out, giving yourself a little time to rest, then going into 15 two-legged Romanian deadlifts. These could be done with a barbell if you happen to have a barbell. They can also be done with a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a 5-gallon bucket filled with rocks. Take your time on this. We have several rounds. Monitor your rest. You're going to have to set your timer on this, and we're going to get going now. Now that the strength is out of the way, we have our WOD to look forward to. A very classic 3-round, almost reminiscent of a Helen. A lot of people ask, what do we do at home when we don't have a pull-up structure? How do we get stronger? How do we maintain that pulling strength? We're going to be working bent rows and floor presses with this. It's going to be 3 rounds. We've got a 400-meter run, and again, if you do not have access to a place that you can do a 400-meter run, that should equate to about 2 minutes worth of cardio. Whether you're doing double unders or jumping jacks, and today if you're doing double unders and you struggle with double unders, it's okay. All of these attempts are going to give you the same cardiovascular response that a 400-meter, especially after round 2 or round 3. You're going to go directly into 15 bent rows with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. You'll see Coach Devin demonstrate that right now. These are 15 right and 15 left, so it's 30 total. It's a high amount of volume today. Directly into a floor press, and you'll see Coach Devin again demonstrate that. If you happen to have a bench, by all means, let's go for it. But this is going to be 9 right and 9 left with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Now, a good suggestion right now would be go ahead and pause it and practice this. Give yourself 3 bent rows on each side directly into 2 or 3 floor press each side. Set up, make sure that you're situated, that you have your timer ready to go. This is a 3-round for time, so when I say go, you're going to hit your timer, hit your playlist, and get to going. And by now you should have everything set up. And 3, 2, 1, go.